Hello, and welcome to SmartFactory Digital Manufacturing Solutions. This video will introduce you to SmartFactory batch management and kitting. It also will demonstrate the integration of all the apps working in concert within the SmartFactory suite of apps. As a reference, what you'll see today is where SmartFactory extends the NetSuite ERP platform. As a reminder, SmartFactory is designed to work in an agnostic fashion to support any number of ERP platforms. Batch management is really an extension of shop floor supported by kitting operations. You'll have the ability to create an electronic batch record if necessary. That EBR can become part of your compliance requirements. And batch management will also support and work in concert with co-product management when in a batch environment you are also apt to produce a variable amount of other co or byproducts. Let's set some context for the batch we'll run today. This illustration will execute work order 954 for a mixed product that has 4 components, all of which are lot controlled, 3 of which are considered small hand adds, 1 will be delivered through a bulk system. Let's execute through SmartFactory. Inside my check-in app, I designate that I'm working at the kitting station. The kitting app brings me to this screen. Kitting is enabled to support any number of work centers. Today I'm supporting the blender, and we're going to execute work order 954. You'll notice that SmartFactory recognizes 2 batches must be created, and I'm going to build the first of those 2 containers. I'll first create a container. In my case, it'll be disposable. If you have permanent containers, they can be tracked appropriately and then returned to the correct work center when completed. If I need to print a label, I can easily do that. Now that my container's been created, let's fill it. The fill step presents all the bill of material components. I'm going to focus on the 3 hand adds, and I will scan each item and its lot number. I'm presented with the batch quantity, and you'll notice the scale provides me an opportunity to record it directly if I'm using machine integration. I'll enter each of the 3 items manually. I'll simply move from one to the next until my container is completed. SmartFactory enables validations to ensure that the proper quantities have been added for each component. Now that my first kit has been produced, it's time to send that container to the blender operator. Physically, I'll move the kit. The deliver button indicates that a bin transfer has taken place in NetSuite, moving those components, those lots, and those quantities to the staging bin of the blender. Now I'll assume the position of the blender operator. As I mentioned earlier, batching operations are really an extension of shop floor, and when signed into a batching operation, SmartFactory recognizes batching is deployed based on the work center configuration. I'll begin work order 954 and execute the first batch of this item. As you may have seen in the MES video, I'm presented with an array of reporting options, but every work order typically starts with a review of the instructions, of which there can be many, any reference documents that may be included, and I also notice that I have 2 inspections to do, of which we'll quickly look at one of them. Because I know that I'm supported by a kitting operation, I'll use my Components Reporting tab to issue that kitted container that was just produced. Notice that the context of my work order is preserved, and there you see the container we just produced with the items, lot, and quantity. I'll confirm and issue that container to the work order while physically putting it in my mixer. For the final component, the sodium tallowate, I'll scan the lot number as it's delivered from the bulk system and record the value that was issued. Should an operator not record a proper lot number, SmartFactory will notify them they do not recognize that lot item in the system and require that operator to rescan the lot so it reflects a valid lot in the system. This is just one quick illustration of many validations that can be built into SmartFactory to help you ensure compliance to your SOPs. Those are all my components. Let's go back to shop floor. Part of my requirement is to enter my batch parameters as I execute this first batch. Let me show you how quality supports any manufacturing or batching operation. If you watched the SmartFactory quality video, you saw a style reporting where I entered every component individually in order to be able to evaluate a run chart that was created throughout the day. In this video, we're showing the alternative method where all properties are presented on one screen, allowing the operator to simply roll through all of the reporting requirements for this individual batch. You'll notice as I select each of the items, I'm presented with details, images, target values in order for me to be successful in my reporting. I can index through all of my requirements, selecting images along the way where I need to verify how to do something, pull up a reference document, and continue through the process. You'll notice that properties can be numeric, list items, booleans, text, all to support whatever is required in my SOP. I'll click SOP followed just to show you how simple and easy a boolean can be. Let's go back to shop floor to show the rest of the process now that you understand what's possible from a properties reporting if your SOP requires process control elements to be captured with components to satisfy any electronic batch records that you may have. If you've already viewed the SmartFactory MES introductory video, you know from the work summary an operator can report any number of manufacturing objects. Today we'll just focus on reporting the 200 pounds in this batch. As a reminder, if I wanted to preview a label, I can. You'll notice that it picked up on my template, populated the data based on the work order I'm executing. We'll record that batch and you'll notice my progress bar update accordingly. Before I submit this product run to NetSuite, a good reminder and a good discipline is to always check my details. What you'll notice this time is my components reflect not only what I issued directly, the sodium tallowate, but also the 3 items that were kitted for me by the kitting operation and delivered to the blender station. We'll save this product run. The data is now being synced with NetSuite. When I return to NetSuite, you'll notice that work order 954 reflects the components that I've used in build, whether they were kitted, the small hand adds, or delivered through the bulk system. My operations tab reflects the 200 pounds that I've produced in that first batch, and from a related records, my work order completion will show me that lot integrity of those components has been preserved, to include the item where the operator had first put an incorrect lot number but was only accepted once it was valid in the system from a bin where it had been staged. Thank you for watching today's orientation to SmartFactory kitting and batch management operations. We hope it reinforced for you the integration of all the apps to extend your ERP functionality. To learn more about SmartFactory, please visit smartfactory.com or review some of the other videos in this series.